This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Mother's Day. Father's Day. One day a year to say thank you. But parenting and caregiving, that's every day. Online therapy gives you a space to be heard, to process, to recharge. No commute, no guilt, just support that fits your life. You show up for them. Now show up for you. Visit BetterHelp.com for 10% off your first month of online therapy. BetterHelp. Therapy for the people who care for everyone else.
What would you do if your online store converted 36% more shoppers? You could take 36% more vacation.
Another pina colada? Yes, please.
Open a new retail location with 36% more square feet.
Fantastic.
Hire 36% more help.
You're hired and you're hired.
Shopify has the world's best converting checkout, up to 36% better than other e-commerce platforms. What you do with those extra sales is up to you. Switch to Shopify today at shopify.com/Pandora and get a $1 trial. Shopify.com/Pandora.
All right, places, please. The Daily Migs Show is on deck. Guitars plugged in. Drums ready to go. Chickens. Other animals. And action. This is the Daily Migs Show on The Rock with Taryn Daly and Steve Migs.
While listening to the Daily Migs Show, please refrain from any unnecessary finger gesturing.
99.9 KISW.
Steve Migs, happy Friday, my friend.
It is here.
You know what? I just want to know real quickly if you think I'm raising a little nerd or if I'm a bad parent.
All right, well, we know you're raising a rocker. Based on yesterday's conversation, we heard all the awesome songs that your son Barrett is into, from Quiet Riot, Twisted Sister, the Presidents of the USA.
I'm at least doing that right.
Yes.
But here's the deal. We've got a bunch of family coming into town. We have a celebration of life happening on Sunday for my Aunt Robin. And so I told Barrett all week long that he can skip school today.
Okay.
Because he's got cousins in town. So I'm like, yeah, Friday off, buddy. So exciting. And then last night he drops the bomb on me. He's like, hey, can I please go to school tomorrow?
Oh.
And I was like, oh no, now I'm the bad parent that was trying to get him to skip when all along he really wanted to go.
Oh, I don't know if it's more so about the education process or this.
I'm sick of you.
He's definitely sick of me.
He just needs a break from mom.
Oh God. But so then we had this whole plan that he was going to spend the night at my parents' house last night.
Okay.
Yada, yada, yada. Well, that all got blown up. Shout out to my dad who saved the day once again and had a sleepover at our house last night and is going to get Barrett ready for school this morning because our nanny is, of course, out of town. So,
well, your nanny caught wind that your dog just had leg surgery and is like, yeah, that 90-pound dog, you think I want to worry about that?
Dipping out.
I'm on vacation, bitch.
Oh, so yeah, Barrett demanded to go to school today, so maybe he's a little nerd. Or maybe he just likes the social aspect.
I was going to say, it might be him being a little nerd, but I think it's more about, because I know how it is with like Tatum, because I mean, I know he has like, stepbrothers. But like he's kind of by himself.
For sure.
So same thing with Tatum, and Tatum loves hanging out with people. So I don't think she really cares about the education process, but she just loves chilling with the homies.
Well, that's what Barrett's doing today. He's chilling with the homies.
Yes.
You ready to inform the Rockaholics?
Let's do it.
Knowledge is power. So give us 5-ish minutes and we'll give you, some interesting stuff you can talk about at work. This is the Daily Migs Download.
AKA the DMD.
Here's your daily dose of doings happening in the world.
Hey, the DMD is brought to you by Palace Law. And have you ever had, Happy National Mint Julep Day?
Yeah.
So I think you know my question. Have you ever had a mint julep?
Yes, it's the official drink of the Kentucky Derby, Steve. As if I'd been to the Kentucky Derby.
I think I'm going to go. What school is Barrett going to right now? Because I think I might want to go hang out with him instead. What is in a mint julep?
I don't even remember. I just know there's mint in it. Maybe like a bourbon. I don't know what else is in it.
Sugar. Water.
Okay.
Served over shaved. Wait, it's a shaved ice?
I've never had it like that.
I'm in for that.
Yeah, apparently they planted mint at the Kentucky Derby back in like the 1800s, and it was supposed to be for cocktails.
Okay.
And then the mint julep became the official drink of the Kentucky Derby in like the 1930s.
And they call it a classic Southern drink.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to try one.
Very refreshing.
Well, hey, I think some Seattle Kraken fans might have been drinking yesterday when they found out the news that our new head coach is Lane Lambert. Lame Lambert.
Lame Lambert?
Not lame, no, although maybe some people do believe that. You know, the jury is still out. I'm not going to try and... I've been a hockey fan my whole life. I'm not going to try and act like I'm an expert about any of this stuff. I mean, his track record, he doesn't have a lot to work with as far as, like, he's only been the head coach for a little bit when he was with the Islanders. He had an okay season, but then he had a crappy season the next, then they just got rid of him right away. He recently has been the assistant coach with the Toronto Maple Leafs. He's known for his defensive mind, which, you know, if you want exciting hockey, that's not the guy you want. But maybe he's going to bring some new energy to the team. I know I sound very pessimistic because I don't know what's going to happen with this, but he's the new coach of your Seattle Kraken, the third coach in 3 years.
Wow.
And speaking of hockey, the Stanley Cup finals have been set as the Edmonton Oilers are going back to the Cup final, hoping this time around they could beat the Florida Panthers. They defeated the Dallas Stars to win the Western Conference Finals. And I always love like the superstition and traditions that are involved with hockey. A lot of people say don't touch a trophy until you win it. Don't touch the conference championship because it's bad luck for the Stanley Cup. Ooh. So they didn't touch that trophy that they each the Western Conference championship trophy last year out of superstition. This year they touched it. They're like, Scooch, it didn't work for us last year, so let's pick the damn thing up. Let's take pictures with it. It clearly didn't help us. So I'm excited. I hope that the Edmonton Oilers win the Stanley Cup.
That's what we were pulling for last year, I feel like.
And game one is Wednesday of next week.
The Oklahoma City Thunder have secured their spot in the NBA Finals. They took down the Minnesota Timberwolves 4-1 in the Western Conference Finals. Now they wait to see if it's going to be the Indiana Pacers or the New York Knicks. Last night, the Knicks fought off their elimination with a win, so now the Pacers are up 3-2 in the lead. Game 6 is tomorrow.
So I feel like the entire 206, or just the entire state of Washington's rooting for whoever comes out of the Indiana Pacers.
1,000%.
New York Knicks. I do not want to see the Oklahoma City Thunder ever winning a championship. I want that curse to live there forever for them.
Yes, please.
Hey, Mariners, man, what? I don't know if you were watching the game yesterday. I was. They were down 2-0. They tie it up. It's 2-2. Goes into extra innings. I'm like, let's go Mariners. The momentum's going. Let's go win this series. And then they just fell apart in the 10th, gave up a bunch of runs, 7 runs in one inning. No. It was terrible. They ended up losing 9-3. Up next, Brian Wu on the mound, so hopefully they could win the game. He's been pitching pretty well this season, so they're taking on the Minnesota Twins for a weekend stint happening here over at T-Mobile Park.
Let's go Mariners.
As far as weather, hitting a high of 75 degrees. It's going to be a nice sunny day today, so enjoy it outside. The DMD is brought to you by Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel, and that's what's up.
The Daily Migs Show.
Earlier this week, we got a voice message from a listener who had a little bit of a challenge for us, Steve.
Okay, you guys love a good stupid challenge.
Yes.
Who on this show can sing the Whopper song better? You know, the Whopper, 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 Whopper song. Come on, Migs. You lost the whistling challenge.
I did.
Time to step up. Your fellow Pide's on. You better be able to sing the Whopper song.
Whopper, 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 Junior, Double, Triple, Whopper, Impossible or Bacon Whopper. I rule this day.
BK, have it your way. Well, even though Danny isn't here, he heard about the challenge and he tracked down the guy who does the jingle. His name is Crown, and we're going to see who he thinks can do the Whopper jingle better.
I love that Danny actually did this during his time off.
Oh, I appreciate it so much. Is it going to be me or is it going to be you, Migs? Everyone will find out at 6.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Mother's Day, Father's Day. One day a year to say thank you. But parenting and caregiving, that's every day. Online therapy gives you a space to be heard, to process, to recharge. No commute, no guilt, just support that fits your life. You show up for them, now show up for you. Visit BetterHelp.com for 10% off your first month of online therapy. BetterHelp, therapy for the people who care for everyone else.
The Daily Migs Show with Taryn Daly
I have the knees of Amy Schumer, but I want the knees of Nikki Glazer.
and Steve Migs
I barely ever wash my feet, and I'm still alive.
on The Rock 99.9 KISW.
You might know him best as the Whopper guy.
Whopper, Junior, double, triple, Whopper, Impossible, or Bacon Whopper. I rule this day.
I swear, I think we played that jingle more than we played Nirvana.
You're probably right. We are now getting to know not just the Whopper guy, but Crown, who is an amazing MC, a dad, an Air Force veteran, all-around incredible person. Crown, good morning, and thank you for jumping on with us today.
Oh, good morning. Thank you all for having me.
No, Crown, I have to say, before we talk about all the Whopper stuff and just the insanity with that, so when we found out we were going to get to chat with you, every morning I like to come into work and I put on some music that's going to get me in like the right mindset. I heard a buddy of mine say they do that so you can be in good spirits, good energy. And so I searched your stuff and I listened to, of course, Love My People, which I was like, damn, dude, this is so great. But it was a newer song or newish called You Know We Got It. And that song, I'm not joking, the last couple of days as I'm pulling into work, I know exactly how long I've got. I hit play on it and it just... a little extra pep in the step. It's got a good energy, a good message, and I'm just a fan of music that kind of inspires you to want to be better each day. And dude, props to you for I'm a new fan. I love it.
Oh, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, just those records right there, I think it touches to, just everything going on today. So, it works. It works. You know what I mean? It makes some people feel good, and I love that.
And there are moments, though, when you're listening, you're like, oh, okay, now I'm hearing the Whopper voice.
Can't escape it.
Never.
It might be that Gemini thing, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, okay, I'm going to show you this side, and now I'm going to flip it.
I'm like, I'm feeling inspired, but I'm also rather hungry all of a sudden.
Yeah, exactly. All of a sudden. Dang, this guy just makes me just want to double.
Take us back with the whole, just everything that happened with this Whopper insanity. Like, just give us the full backstory of how it all happened for you and what it's been like since it's happened.
Oh, so, since I've been out here in California, I would say, being a part of the Beacon Street Studios family has just been tremendous. What they do is they just really, instill confidence in you to be like, you know what, man, just attack this thing. We know you don't sing, dude, but, your energy and all that stuff, hey, you know what, give it a try. And that day we were actually working on album material or music, our own personal Crown and MOB stuff. And then it was so interesting. The Whopper one might have been probably the fourth or fifth one we did. So I had already did like 4 before that, and it started as a rap, and then it just grew and grew and grew.
Crown, do you ever like standing in the grocery store line, just like bust it off real quick and blow somebody's mind that it's you?
No.
Do you ever pull up to Burger King and then just
No, and the funny thing is, I hope, and I had been through the drive-thru a couple of times, and I'm like, I hope they don't think when I say something like, oh, can I get a Whopper Junior with no onions or whatever? Hopefully they don't recognize the voice or nothing like that. But the good thing is my face ain't on anything. So.
Well, that was going to be my next question. Do they give you like a lifetime, subscription to free Whoppers, or do you get any Burger King perks?
Not me. I'm not me, but you know what? I don't mind paying.
So we're chatting with Crown. Crown, also incredible music artist. Crown and the MOB. Just check them out on Instagram and online as well. Crown and the MOB. And we're talking about the Whopper jingle. Up until last week, our friend Taryn Daly over here never had a Whopper. We had to order it through DoorDash while we were on the air. Got a Whopper for breakfast.
No way.
And she finally experienced the Whopper.
I loved it.
It's the GOAT.
The greatest. Yes, it has to be. I mean, come on. It's the original. It's the original beefy burger. Like, why not?
I know. I'm just disappointed I waited 40 years to try one. But now I'm the queen of the Whopper.
You're part of the crew now.
Yes. Part of the MOB.
And look,
You're all in.
When I switched to being a plant-based weirdo, that was like one of the greatest moments is when, hey, Whopper's got the Impossible Whopper.
And you know what the interesting part is? When I was doing that spot, I was like, dang, that Impossible burger looks amazing. I was doing so many jingles, I wasn't able to try it. So I'm like, so I'm going to take your word for it.
Hey, so while we have you on, if you don't mind humoring us, because we have been playing this jingle quite a bit.
Whopper, 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 Whopper. Whopper.
And then we had a listener that messaged us on our voicemail line through the Odyssey app and said, hey, you guys like dumb challenges? And we do. Like, we've had a whistling challenge where we try to whistle. I don't know if you ever remember the Scorpion song, Wind of Change. It has an opening whistling line, and we had the lead singer of the Scorpions on to judge who was a better whistler. So now a texter or a voicemailer wanted to know who on our show is better at singing that jingle, me or Taryn.
Let's do it.
So we were hoping, who better to have judge it than Crown himself, the man who sings the jingle?
Let's get it.
All right, so let's play a quick song. And when we come back, Steve, we're going to have Crown himself judge us doing the Whopper jingle.
Definitely.
Awesome. Good, because we got a big Whopper challenge to get to.
The Daily Migs Show.
We are going to have more with Crown, the voice behind the Whopper song, and we're going to find out who can sing the Whopper jingle better.
Whopper,
Me
Whopper.
or Migs. Find out after AC/DC.
Go.
The Daily Migs Show. The Daily Migs Show.
If you are just joining us, we have been chatting with Crown, who is better known as the Whopper guy, famous for this.
Whopper, junior, double, triple, Whopper, impossible.
I love how we all dance when we hear it, too. So now we're going to see who's the better singer of the Whopper jingle, you or me, because a voicemail from one of our rockaholics challenged us.
Well, let's do it then.
All right, so
so much pressure to perform in front of the Whopper guy.
I know.
Oh, no. You should understand the pressure I have,
Crown. Now, I was very confident with the whistling one, and when we had Klaus from the Scorpions on, I could not whistle because my mouth was shaking so much.
And you was probably smiling, too, excited. Yeah, I get it. I totally get it.
It's just so absurd. So this is right up there as far as one of the more absurd challenges that we've had. Who wants to go first?
I want you to go first, Steve.
Okay. All right.
Call him out.
Yeah.
Whopper, 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 Junior, Double, Triple, Whopper, Flame Grill taste with perfect toppers. I rule this day. Lettuce, mayo, pickle, ketchup. It's okay if I don't want that. Impossible or bacon Whopper. Any Whopper my way. At BK. Have it your way. You rule.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's
Man,
go.
That is a tough act to follow, Steve.
All right, step to that.
Also, the fact that we're doing this a cappella.
That's some energy right there.
Do you need the music there, Taryn?
Can we have it? Whopper, 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 Junior, Double, Triple, Whopper, Flame Grilled taste with perfect toppers. I rule this day. Lettuce, mayo, pickle, ketchup. It's okay if I don't want that. Impossible or bacon Whopper. Any Whopper my way. At BK, have it your way.
You rule.
Oh, man.
You know what? I don't know. Both.
Come on. I crushed it. Come on. Give a vote for your Brooklyn brother.
They both were tough. You're right. You know what?
I feel like I would give it to you, Steve, because you did it a cappella. I had the crutch of the music.
Well, while we're talking about it, I have to give you such massive props. If people go to thewhopperguy.com right now, you built a page that shows our show love, and it's also a chance for people to win a custom Whopper jingle from you.
That's right.
And we have the ones that you made for us.
Right to the voicemail.
Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah, so here's the one about Taryn Daly. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's get it.
All right, here we go.
Taryn can't be bothered, probably busy grubbing Whopper, sipping margaritas with her feet in the pool. Don't worry, she'll call you right back. You rule.
So great.
So awesome. That's my new voicemail.
All right, let's check out mine.
Steve can't be bothered grubbing on some plant-based Whoppers, watching WrestleMania and getting a tattoo. Don't worry, he'll call you right back. You rule.
And then Danny, who's not here with us right now, but of course we can't leave him out.
No.
Let's see what he did for Danny.
Danny can't be bothered, probably busy grubbing Whoppers, jamming Fall Out Boy like he's still in high school.
Yes, he is.
Don't worry, he'll call you right back. You rule.
He does rule, yes.
Crown, this has just been the coolest. You are such an inspirational person. You bring so much fun to what you do. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you guys, man. I mean, that when you're able to do that for people, I mean, that's the blessing part about this. You know what I mean? Like having fun with it. You know what I mean? You get all kind of crazy stuff too, but you don't focus on that stuff. It's just the smiles and the excitement that you see on people's face. That's all I care about.
Dude, it's a jingle that brings a great smile to all of our faces. And also,
Absolutely.
I mean, and before we go, I just want to give a sample just so people could go out of their way and definitely check out Crown and the MOB. Here's a taste of Love My People.
Put them hands up. Yeah, put them hands up. Amazing, so damn amazing. To my brothers and sisters, my pops and my daughter, nieces and nephews, salute all y'all to those I can't get to. To my dogs all locked down, blood hustlers.
I got goosebumps right now. Maybe it's because we're doing it while we're with Crown, but man, it's just feel good music right here.
That's right.
And you have a full backing band. Like this isn't just pre-recorded stuff. Like you have a full band that you do it with, huh?
A full 10-piece band, incredible artists that I learn from every single day.
How do we get you to perform at Taryn's backyard? She does a big festival every summer.
Ooh.
Oh, we call it the Camp Cash Summer Bash, and my dad's band always plays Crown, and he's a trombone player. So we've got a Crown. We've got a horn family.
I actually played trombone in high school before I got into sports, so it was like, okay.
Oh, I love it.
I play drums, so you only need to bring 8 of the other members. We're good to go.
Hey, look, there it is. I mean, we got two out of 10?
Yes. If people want to follow you on Instagram, again, your handle is Crown and the MOB. Go give him a follow. Check out the music. And the custom voicemails, you can check those out at thewhopperguy.com.
That's right. Truly truly thankful. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Right on, you guys. Take care.
Right, take care.
The Daily Migs Show.
How would you like a shot at beating Steve? I bet Crown could have beat you.
Oh, great.
Steve's got a record of 177 wins, 58 losses, and 40 ties in 2025. Call now, 206-803-ROCK. We will play Beat Migs at 6:50.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Mother's Day, Father's Day. One day a year to say thank you. But parenting and caregiving, that's every day. Online therapy gives you a space to be heard, to process, to recharge. No commute, no guilt, just support that fits your life. You show up for them. Now show up for you. Visit BetterHelp.com for 10% off your first month of online therapy. BetterHelp. Therapy for the people who care for everyone else.
What is dedication?
The thing that drives me every day as a dad is Dariana. We call him Day for short. Every day he's hungry for something, whether it's attention, affection, knowledge. And there's this huge responsibility in making sure that when he's no longer under my wing, that he's a good person. I want him to be able to sit back one day and go, we worked together, we did a good job.
That's dedication. Find out more at fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
The Daily Migs Show presents the most popular radio game on this side of the speaker. Let's play Be Migs. Be Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa!
to beat Migs? Well, I know I sure am, Steve, because we made it, and it's Friday.
Friday, mother effing Friday. Everybody's ready for the weekend.
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Friday, getting down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Partying.
Yeah.
Partying.
All right.
Fun. Looking forward to the weekend.
Love the kids saying it this time.
Oh, yes. We fully encourage this.
Oh, sorry.
Let's get to our contestant. It's Scotty in Tacoma. Scotty, are you there?
Yeah.
Scotty is in the house, so Steve, it's time for you to get out of here.
Bye-bye.
For those playing along at home, Scotty has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Yep.
What is the capital of Washington State?
Olympia.
Correct. High Voltage was the first internationally released album from what band?
AC/DC.
Correct. Which planet was named after the god of the sea?
Jupiter.
No.
Neptune.
Yes. In what Canadian province was Cirque du Soleil founded?
Quebec.
Yes. The first Bitcoin transaction was for the delivery of what food?
Pizza.
Correct. With the number being more than 20, how many U.S. states have an ocean coastline?
21.
No.
23.
Yes, 23. Which Friends actress appeared in Bruce Springsteen's video for Dancing in the Dark?
Jennifer Aniston.
No.
Pass.
What organ of the human body is affected by cystic fibrosis?
Liver.
No.
Heart.
No.
Lungs.
Yes. Paprika comes from what vegetable?
Pepper.
Yes. Oh, my goodness. Great work. You got 7 correct at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 correct. Oh, my gosh. Here comes Steve. He was watching me count going, come on, lady.
Yeah.
All right. Here comes Mr. Steve Migs. Back at it. The sun is in his eyes a little bit. That could affect your performance.
That's why I have a blindfold.
Steve, are you ready? Yeah, Daddy, let's go. What is the capital of Washington State?
Olympia.
Correct. High Voltage was the first internationally released album from what band?
AC/DC.
Correct. Which planet is named after the god of the sea?
That would be Earth?
No.
Venus?
No.
Neptune?
Yes.
Duh.
In what Canadian province was Cirque du Soleil founded?
Oh, in Montreal?
No.
Quebec?
Yes.
Duh.
The first Bitcoin transaction was for the delivery of what food?
Subway?
No.
Jimmy John's?
No.
Pizza?
Yes. With the number being more than 20, how many U.S. states have an ocean coastline?
25?
No.
28?
No.
23?
Yes.
Oh.
Which Friends actress appeared in Bruce Springsteen's video for
Demi
Dancing?
Moore.
No.
Oh, Courtney Cox.
Yes. What organ in the human body is affected by cystic fibrosis?
Oh, shout out to the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. Love that crew. The lungs.
Yes. Paprika comes from what vegetable?
Pears?
No.
Peppers?
Yes. Who wrote Oliver Twist?
Charles Dickens.
Steve Migs. With a slight amount of time on the clock, you just scored a perfect 10, my friend.
Let's go.
Sorry, Scotty.
All right. All good.
Take it. How many did you get?
You
right?
got 8.
8.
Yes.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
Peppers and 23. Luck bombs.
And they stay there.
Dude, that was amazing.
I'm just going pop peppers.
That was just straight up fire. You put a clinic on.
Yes.
Well,
Unlike the
unfortunately,
Mariners, I didn't screw it at the end.
Unfortunately, Scotty did not beat Migs, but that doesn't mean that he cannot just hop over to the Rock Shop right now and get himself an I Beat Migs t-shirt. They are exclusively available at KISW.com.
The Daily Migs Show.
We thought it was sold out, but they opened up a few foursomes for the
Yes.
Miles Montgomery Golf Classic presented by Pinky's Plumbing. So don't delay. Scoop up a foursome right now at KISW.com before it is sold out again. And then join us. We're going to be broadcasting live Monday, June 9th at Bill Wright Golf Complex at Jefferson Park in Seattle. All the info at KISW.com.
Something got you bent, and now you need to vent, or you did something bad and you need to repent? Well, slide into our VMs.
Yeah, baby, it's time to slide into our VMs. On the Daily Mix Show.
We are about to slide so hard into our voice messages. And if you want to leave one, it's very easy to do it. We have the Odyssey app. You can download it for free for your smartphone. Fire that bad boy up and leave us a voice message. Steve, what's it like in there?
You ready for your first voice message?
Oh, I've been waiting all morning.
Through the Odyssey app. It sounds like it. Here we go.
Migs, awesome seeing you at Lowe's. My wife and I meant to tell you, Tatum's dress had to have been one of the cutest things we've ever seen. She's adorable. Love the show. I hope Brute's feeling better.
Oh. We'll talk more about Brute in a little bit.
Oh, sure.
But oddly enough, Tatum was rocking a little like sundress that had just puppies all over it. And everywhere. It was so funny because at first I'm like, man, people are just, are they laughing at my child? And then I realized, oh no, they're laughing at this sundress, which was just so obnoxious and awesome at the same time. Like, I want a matching Hawaiian shirt.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like one of those where you're just like, yeah, this definitely needs to be a matching daddy-daughter thing.
You know what? I love being a boy mom so much, but there is something about girl clothes that, like, boy clothes just can't hold a candle to it.
I'm a sucker when we go to Target. I'll come home, my wife's like, what did you just buy? I'm like, it was $5, and look at it. It's got this on it, and it's got, like, a bunch of rainbows or a bunch of puppies. It's a unicorn.
Glitter, sparkles. Rainbows, give me all of it.
Like if they had it in the men's section, I would get one for myself too.
100%.
So we went to Lowe's yesterday because I've never done this before, but we're trying to like clean up our yard and do all that. I mean, we've done that before, but I've never had to get a hedge trimmer.
Doing some manscaping?
Yes. And I was like, how the hell is this going to go? So we go to Lowe's, we get one, and I'm like, okay, I've never done this before, but I've cut my own hair before, so maybe I can pull this off. I don't know. That is one of the most fun chores I think I've ever done. It was so much fun that even my wife's like, hey, can I do it for a little bit too? And then she took over, and I'm like, hey, that's my thing now.
So do you have to, okay, I don't own a hedge trimmer, but now I want one. You're really selling it right now.
We'll loan you one.
Do you wear, is it really loud? You have to wear ear protection, eye protection? You don't wear eye protection, Steve? That's very dangerous.
Okay. It's the woman who tries to walk home from Seattle to Stanwood thinking that that's safe. No, maybe we should. I didn't feel like, at no point did I feel like I was putting my eyes in danger, but now thanks for putting that in the back of my mind. But it was so much fun just like trying to square. I'm sure like I didn't do a great job. I'm not like looking to become a landscaper all of a sudden, but it was something very satisfying about just being out there with this. I mean, like a saw.
Does it have like one big, long, toothy blade?
Yeah, it's like 17 inches.
Oh, yeah. Size does matter.
It's girthy.
I totally want one now.
It is so much freaking fun.
I'm having yard envy.
Now, I say it's fun right now, but if I have to do it a lot, then I'd be like... And, of course, I'm so excited, so I take it right out of the box, and it's battery powered. So I'm like, it's got a charge. So I'm doing it, and, of course, the battery dies.
Immediately?
I got one bush done. We have two bushes that we were trying to clean up. The second one, I'm halfway through it, and it dies. And I'm like, I can't leave it this way.
The HOA will be hunting you down.
This looks like a really bad attempt at a flat top. So then I had to charge it back up, wait there awkwardly, do it up again, realize I didn't charge it long enough. This took a lot longer than it needed to, but man, it's so much freaking fun.
Sounds like there's a learning curve and you're figuring it out.
Yeah, I highly recommend getting a hedge trimmer.
Nice.
Even if you don't have bushes, just buy one and cut other people's bushes. Just walk around. It's like, how's this going to go? I was like, am I going to cut my finger off? Of course, Tatum's like, Daddy, can I do it? I'm like, no.
Couple more years.
You can pick up all the branches. That's about it. Yeah. All right, here's our next voice message studio. Oh, but speaking of which, though, do you have a certain outdoor chore that you absolutely love to do?
I mean, anytime I get to be the pressure washer, I get real excited. It's like therapeutic. It's very
you have a good
satisfying.
pressure washer. I have a cheap ass one, and I realize that I need to step it up.
We have two. We have the cheap one, and then we have the better one. But the better one is a little bit on the fritz right now. So now we're using the crappy one, which sucks compared to the good one.
Yeah, because I have one where it's like I have to really get in close, and it barely does the job. And I'm like, man, I don't know if I'm good at pressure washing. And I realize, oh no, I bought a discounted one that's like not that great. But then you see ones at Lowe's or Home Depot, and they're like these monstrosities.
Oh, yeah. I just, a before and after photo of a good pressure wash job is it's just so satisfying.
That's awesome. And plus, you put on some headphones.
Yeah.
Get lost in your own little world.
Jam out.
Yeah. Tatum was trying to convince us to buy a riding lawnmower because she thought it'd be fun to just drive around. I'm like, we have a patch in the front and we have fake grass in the back. I don't think we need this.
Because of the size, though, you need one of those zero-turn ones, so you just turn on a dime. That's what you need.
I mean, basically just turn it on and the lawn is mowed. That'd be the biggest waste of money. I've wasted my money on a lot of things, but I think that might be a little much. All right, here's another voice message.
You were talking this morning about Lucy Cupcake eating a sock. Well, our dachshund once ate a chunk of wood or a pine cone, and we rushed her to the emergency vet because we saw her eat it, and they made her throw it up, and everything seemed fine, and they said, she's good to go, and then she threw up again, and out came the arm of a Gumby dog toy that she had ripped off, and we had no idea.
How did the vet not know there was something else in there? Like, that's a classic leave behind.
Sometimes you wish you could get inside the mind of a dog. And just be like, why do you think this is delicious? Like, why with these pine cones? Like, sometimes, like, we had to stop back when we had Lulu. Lulu was into trying to eat rocks.
Oh, no.
When she had no freaking teeth, too.
Oh,
so
yeah.
she's just gumming these rocks. And I'm like, can you please stop doing this?
Yeah, what a weird species.
Yes.
I mean, they can be very smart, but also very unintelligent.
They lean more towards the stupid, if you ask me.
That's very true.
The Daily Migs Show.
Yesterday, we took our pup Brute into the vet. He had surgery. So how is Broody Moose doing? And how much did it cost? You'll find out at 7:20.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Steve Migs, I know you've been waiting all morning for a pup date.
Yes, actual pup date. Screw an update. We need a pup date. So yesterday when we left the show, we talked to your dad. You were a little bit off all morning. I would understandably so. I would be as well. You're talking to the vet throughout the show as well. Your pup Brute, who's how old?
Oh, a year and a half.
Right.
A puppy.
Hurt his leg.
Yes, he had torn meniscus.
Had surgery.
Was requiring a TPLO surgery, which, by the way, the knee surgery that I had is called a tibial osteotomy. The words tibial and osteotomy are both in the surgery that my dog had. So we had basically the same knee surgery. Which is really funny.
Well, you guys, you eat the same food.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. And so
That's crazy.
We have similar scars now, very cute. But the best part was when I go to pick him up, they bring him out, and his whole back leg is shaved, and he looks like one of those giant turkey legs. And he just looked so sad. His eyes were all goopy and watery.
He's probably still high.
He's high as a kite.
And he's just like, what the hell just happened? Where'd my hair go?
And of course, I go do this by myself, and then I'm looking at him. I'm like, I can't get this dog in the car by myself.
Right, because he's like 90 pounds.
He's 90 pounds. So the wonderful ladies that work there helped me get him into the back of the car, and he's just standing there in a panic. He didn't even know what to do. He couldn't sit. He couldn't lay.
How stressed were you driving then? You don't want to hit the brakes or anything like that.
I just sat in the parking lot for probably 15 minutes hoping that he would settle in, but I didn't want to manhandle him and risk, hurting his injured leg.
Does he usually chill in the car?
He's pretty chill. Okay. He'll lay down, but he just didn't know what to do. He was frozen. So we finally get him home. Brad and I unload him from the car, and he is just completely looped out of his mind.
Right.
So we put him in a little, room kind of by himself, and he just chilled pretty much all night.
Did you put on Pink Floyd and watch Dark Side of the Moon?
He was really, really out of it. And then we tried to take him to the bathroom last night. He would not go to the bathroom. So I felt so bad because I know he's in there. He probably had to pee. He just didn't know how to do it.
How to walk right, how to squat. Yeah.
So then this morning we take him back out. He finally emptied his bladder for an extended period of time. He's on 4 different medicines. And my dad was there this morning helping him through the morning routine.
So what's the recovery for this? Like how long is, like, as far as like the gnarly, like, you know.
They literally said no running, jumping, or horseplay for 12 weeks.
That's not going to happen.
I don't know how could that possibly happen with a lab puppy?
Right. Because maybe like for the first couple of days, he's probably going to be pretty chill. But then once he starts feeling a little bit better, of course he's going to be pushing. Like that's a hard task.
I mean, he's anytime he's outside, he's on a leash.
Yeah.
That's also a whole nother disaster. Like he's never spent that much time on a leash. He's a wild farm dog. So it's going to be quite the process. And the bill, you want to guess how much it costs?
Well, I remember we have a few people that have been texting in. One person texted in and said, was it $8,000? That's what it cost for our pup, which sucked, but you got to do what you got to do. Another person said $1,500.
More than that.
Maybe with insurance, it's $1,500. Another person says, was it $20,000?
It was $5,047.83.
Oh, I'll help you with the 83 cents.
So I already did submit the claim to insurance. I was like, we need to get this paid back right away. Because as you know, we're in a spending freeze, Steve. I've been trying to save money. This is the opposite of saving money right now.
Tara, I've been in a spending freeze for like the last 7 years, and I have yet to save any money. It's not going to happen. It's once you think everything's good, something new gets thrown into your lap. Unfortunately, in this situation, a puppy getting injured.
Oh, yeah.
How much, I mean, obviously you don't know until you get the information back from insurance, but how much do you think insurance is going to cover?
So it's usually about like 70%, 70-ish%. So when we had the x-rays and the exam done just about a week ago, that was $900 and we got reimbursed about $700.
Oh, okay.
So not terrible. I mean, I'll take anything.
No, I've always thought about that. Like if something bad happens, I'm like, make sure we have enough on our credit card. God forbid we need it for the dog.
Well, the other big warning that they issued is that because they're favoring the one leg and kind of hopping around on three legs at this time, it's very common for them to injure the other knee on the back leg.
Just got a text says, I hope you have insurance because we had to do a double CCL for my dog this year. Tore one in November and we did the surgery in March. And then 3 weeks later, we were told we had to do another surgery as well.
Oh, my God.
I guess because they're putting so much pressure on the other leg.
Yes.
Another person texted in and said, I had to keep my dog down for 6 weeks once. I ended up going to get him doggy downers to keep him drugged up every day.
They did give us a
CBD.
they gave us a healthy prescription for trazodone. So he's on 3 of those this morning.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. That'll get you beaming.
Well, you were having fun with your pets. My daughter, before I got home, was having fun with other animals at the zoo. She went to Point Defiance with Mom for a school thing. So I got home and that was already done. So I was like, oh, man, I'm bummed I missed out on the zoo experience. But I did ask her some questions about how it was, and here's what she had to say.
What was your favorite part of the zoo?
The monkeys.
The monkeys?
Yeah, they look like gorillas.
They look like gorillas.
Took everything in my power to not do like a flinging poop joke. I'm like, that's not going to go over well with a 5-year-old. Or go over too well with a 5-year-old.
They just sat there. And one was tweeting and one was eating.
Did you see a penguin?
Yeah, they're stinky.
The penguins were stinky?
Yeah.
Were they farting?
No.
They just stink?
Yeah.
Did you see an elephant?
They died.
The elephant died?
Yeah.
All right, time to stop talking about the zoo. Didn't realize that happened.
The Daily Migs Show.
If you are a huge Metallica fan, we want to chat with you right now. Give us a call, 206-803-ROCK. We need the Metallica fans to give us a call. We just need your opinion on something really quick. Call 206-803-ROCK, and we will take your calls after Nirvana. In a new interview, Dave Mustaine was bringing up some old claims that maybe you've heard before, that his former band Metallica stole a riff from him.
From him?
From him.
Okay.
The riff to Enter Sandman, or not from him, it's a band called Excel, excuse me. A band called Excel. It's a song called Tapping Into the Emotional Void. Okay. And he believes that Metallica ripped that off to use for Enter Sandman.
Dave would never have any reason to crap all over Metallica. They've always been on the up and up together.
They've really patched things up, I believe. So the song came out in 1989, and this is a sample, obviously, from the Enter Sandman of Metallica that we know.
Never heard it. Okay. I think we all know the song. We've heard it probably a billion times.
Legendary riff.
Great song.
Now, Dave brings up the fact that he thinks it's from Excel's Tapping Into the Emotional Void that came out just a couple of years before. This is what that sounds like.
Oh, man. I mean, it definitely has similarities. Okay. Yeah, get the vibe of it.
Apparently, the band didn't even want to jump into a legal battle. They considered it back then, but they just said, no, it's not even really worth the trouble. But then that wasn't the only time that Metallica was accused of stealing a riff.
I remember reading about them. They're like, well, I was just hoping maybe we'll just get more exposure for our band, which did not pan out. Maybe they should have sued. but I get it. Like, you don't want to be known as that band that's like suing another band for, quote unquote, stealing a riff, which is still debatable if they actually did lift it from them.
The other band in question here is called Stone, and they had a song called Get Stoned, and this was also a few years before Enter Sandman. This is how it sounds.
And I'm glad we have a couple of Metallica fans on hold. I'd love to get their feedback on it. But for me, when I hear these things, I guess maybe I'm being naive, or maybe I'm just trying to hope that someone isn't out and out just lifting riffs from other bands, which I know can happen. But also, out of context, it sounds weird, but your fingers go where your fingers go. And sometimes that just is the chord progression that makes most sense for where your hand is on the fret.
For sure. And really, at the end of the day, nothing is original. Everybody was inspired by something.
Fair. But I don't think they went out of their way to steal a riff from another band.
I agree with you. Now let's pull up Caden from Auburn. Caden, you're a big Metallica fan, are you?
Yep.
So what do you think in this situation? Do you think it sounds as if Metallica could have ripped off a riff for Enter Sandman from either of those two bands?
To me, it doesn't really sound like it. I don't think so.
It's got like a little bit of a hint of it because I think it's been put in our head, but I agree with you. I think that's just where the fingers go, and I think that's just like that just makes sense for like the next progression of a chord.
Right. I agree with you.
All right, putting you on
I
this.
don't think Kirk is the type of guy to steal anything.
But James, on the other hand, that guy, he seemed like a massive. No, I'm kidding.
No.
All right, I got to ask the question because this is the one that always stumps me whenever anyone asks me. Favorite Metallica record?
I have to say Ride the Lightning.
See, I go between the first four all the time. I'm always torn. And Ride the Lightning is definitely always the one that I lean towards because it's such a great record with Fade to Black.
Now we have one other Metallica fan on the line. Who is this and where are you calling from?
I'm AJ from Gig Harbor.
What's up, AJ?
How's it going, guys?
Oh, we're doing great. So what say you? You heard those two songs from Stoned and Excel. Do you think that Metallica lifted that riff for Enter Sandman?
Honestly, I agree with Steve. It's a creative, I don't know how to explain it, but it's a creative art. If someone hears something and want to replicate it or whatever, and I know Metallica, they have a lot of big inspiration.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think the band wears their influences on their sleeve quite a bit, but I don't think that they. And I don't know if you've ever been in a band, AJ, but there are times where I remember being in a band and we're playing something and we're like, that sounds awesome, and then one of our guys in the band's like, guys, that's a Foo Fighters song we basically just wrote, because you hear songs and you don't even think about it, but it's kind of ingrained in your head. So maybe unintentionally they might have done something that sounded that way.
Right. I totally agree.
So AJ, what's your favorite Metallica record?
My favorite record is And Justice for All. I literally have it tattooed on my arm.
Hell yeah.
Do you really? That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I have the Black Album on my arm, too.
This is a true fan, Steve Migs.
And nobody would ever accuse him of stealing bass riffs off of that one record.
Of course not.
You can't even hear the bass.
The Daily Migs Show.
Quick show of hands. Who thinks they can beat Migs? He raised his own hand, spoiler alert. He is a record-holding 178 wins, 58 losses, and 40 ties so far in 2025. By chance, Rockaholics, did you catch the cheat sheet yesterday on the men's room at 5:40? 3 correct answers to the game were given out.
Oh, yeah? Well, bring it, because earlier this morning, perfect frickin' 10.
That's true. 206-803-ROCK. We will play Beat Migs at 7:50.
Yeah!
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Hi, is this a tour bus?
Sure is. Hop on. We're about to pass our first BMO ATM. And there it goes. There's the next one.
What tour is this?
The BMO Fee-Free ATM Tour. BMO customers have access to over 40,000 fee-free ATMs nationwide. Number 3 just up ahead, folks. Get your cameras ready.
Oh, okay. I didn't bring any snacks.
BMO.
Accounts are subject to approval and are provided in the United States by BMO Bank and a member FDIC.
The Daily Migs Show presents the most popular radio game on this side of the speaker. Let's play Beat Migs. Beat Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa! Beat Migs, you're a loser.
Who is ready to beat Migs? I know I sure am, because we made it, and it's Friday.
Friday, motherfucking Friday. Everybody's ready for the weekend.
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Friday, getting down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Partying.
Oh, yeah.
Fun. Looking forward to the weekend.
The sun is shining. It's going to be a beautiful day, Steve. Now, let's get to our contestants. It's 3 of them. It is Connor, Miles, and Sloan from Maple Valley. Are you all there?
Oh, yeah.
So who is that? Who said, oh, yeah?
Miles.
Miles, how old are you?
I am 9.
Okay. Is there an adult that's a part of this crew? Is it all just 3 kids?
I brought in reinforcements. I'm here.
All right. And so are you Connor?
No, I'm Dad. I got Miles, my nephew's 9, my son Connor, who's 8, my niece Sloan, who's 5.
Whoa!
They're taking you down, Steve.
A family affair.
You beat me last time, so I had to bring in reinforcements.
Oh, you brought in the heaters.
This time we're gonna beat Steve.
We'll see about that, buddy.
All right, Steve, get out of here. For those playing along at home, Connor, Miles, and Sloan will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. And Dad. They can pass all they want, but they'll only get 3 guesses per question. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
What car manufacturer makes the Civic?
Honda.
Correct. On which continent was the first blue-green algae found?
Africa.
Yes. Which type of fruit juice did Dole sell first?
Pineapple.
Correct. In what decade were the last Olympic gold medals made entirely of gold?
70s?
70s.
No.
70s? 80s?
No.
60s?
No. Frostbite Falls is the fictional hometown of what famous cartoon characters?
Frostbite Falls?
Yeah.
Gravity Falls.
No.
Pass.
What sport does the world's highest paid athlete play?
Baseball?
No.
Basketball?
No.
Football?
No. In the 60s, who formed and fronted the Mothers of Invention?
Marie Curie?
No.
Pass.
The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is part of which book series?
The Chronicles of Narnia?
Correct. Lucy Lawless is best known for playing what role on TV?
Xena, Warrior Princess?
Yes. Nice work there, Dad and kids and nephew. You guys got 5 correct.
No.
All right.
Split right down the middle. Steve is, it's a Friday. He might be already checked out for the weekend. You never know. In he walks.
Yeah.
But the question remains, are you ready, Steve?
Yes!
What car manufacturer makes the Civic?
The Honda.
Yes. On which continent was the first blue-green algae found?
North America.
No.
Antarctica.
No.
Africa.
Yes. Which type of fruit juice did Dole sell first?
Oh, pineapple.
Yes. In which decade were the last Olympic gold medals made entirely of gold?
60s?
No.
50s?
No.
70s?
No. Frostbite Falls is the fictional hometown of which famous cartoon characters?
I don't know. The Grinch?
No.
Frostbite. Frosty the Snowman?
No.
Tom and Jerry.
No. What sport does the world's highest paid athlete play?
Football.
No.
Soccer.
Yes. In the 60s, who formed and fronted the Mothers of Invention?
Ozzy Osbourne.
No.
Is that, what's his name? The weird music. Frank Zappa.
Yes. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is part of what book series?
Harry Potter.
No.
I don't know. The Bible.
No. Steve, you got 5 correct.
The kids?
No, but you tied them.
Oh.
5 to 5. Good job, kids.
Hey, Taryn.
Yeah.
They have something to say real quick.
Go Huskies!
Boo!
Hey, I love these kids.
Boo these kids.
These kids rule.
Now I have arch nemesis. Their names are Connor, Miles, and Sloan.
That is good parenting right there.
That's just your opinion, Steve. The decade in which the last Olympic gold medals were made entirely of gold was the 1910s.
Oh, wow.
Frostbite Falls is the home of Rocky and Bullwinkle. And The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is part of the Chronicles of Narnia. Dad did know that one. One that you did not get to that they did. Lucy Lawless is best known for playing what role on TV?
Oh, man. Xena the Warrior Princess?
Yes.
I would have won. Man, I wasted too much time trying to figure out that cartoon one.
You know, I feel like with all the kids that call up to play Beat Migs, we should get some kid sizes of the new I Beat Migs shirt.
Well, small will work.
You can get your very own I Beat Migs shirt with Steve's face kind of interpreted as a Dogman character at KISW.com.
The Daily Migs Show.
The Miles Montgomery Golf Classic presented by Pinky's Plumbing was at one point sold out, but we have opened up a couple more foursomes, so you want to go grab those at KISW.com.
Room for more bicholas.
Oh, yes. And we're going to be broadcasting live on Monday, June 9th. Get all the details at KISW.com. The Seattle Tattoo Expo is coming back. There will be hundreds of elite tattoo artists at Seattle Center's Exhibition Hall, and the dates are August 15th through the 17th. Steve, I've never been to this before.
I haven't either. I know it's been around for a while. We got to go this year.
I'm in.
Okay.
And the tickets are on sale today beginning at 10 a.m. through SeattleTattooExpo.com. And we have someone on the phone that can give us a little more info on the magic of this event, and that is Damon Conklin from Super Genius. Good morning, Damon.
Good morning. How's everybody doing?
Doing great. Always great to hear from you, my friend. I hope you're doing well.
The pleasure's mine. Everything's great on my end.
So tell us about the Seattle Tattoo Expo. I know you're one of the hosts at Super Genius Tattoo, along with Hidden Hand Tattoo, are hosting this big tattoo expo, which has been going on for quite some time. How long has it been going on? And tell us a little bit about it.
You know, I could be mistaken, but I believe it's 24 years this year.
Wow.
So we are way late to the party,
Could
Steve.
be having kids already, you know.
So what's your favorite part about the expo? I mean, I'd imagine you're walking around, you're checking out all the booths. I imagine people are getting tattoos. Give us an overall vibe. If someone's never been there, like myself and Taryn, we're like, we got to go. Give us a vibe of what it's like.
One of the cool things about the Tattoo Expo is it's kind of a deal where it's a mixed bag of nuts, right? A, it's mixed, and B, they're nuts. So it's lots of fun, lots of big personalities, lots of amazing artwork, and just something that we all agree on. We love to show up and see artwork, and days where things are hard to agree on, this is one thing we do, you know?
Yeah.
I love judging contests and seeing amazing piece of art after amazing piece of art come through.
What are some of the competitions that happen?
Well, I mean, you have your standard ones like big black and gray, small black and gray, large color, small color. There's even, I believe, either a worst tattoo competition or stupidest or something like that to honor the bad decisions we've made. And, you know, get some credit that your mom never gave you, you know?
Yeah.
All right, Damon, since you brought it up, we got to put you on the spot. We're talking with Damon Conklin from Super Genius Tattoo. The Tattoo Expo is coming back, and you can get tickets starting today at 10 a.m. through SeattleTattooExpo.com. First ones that pop into mind, which have been some good examples that you could give us of bad tattoos that you've seen over the years.
There's always the tried and true story of the guy who comes in a little bit after closing and wants to get Waldo on his taint. Oh. And you think this guy's not coming back. You throw him a ridiculous quote, and he does. He comes back. Oh. And then not only does he come back and get this tattooed, he came back 15 to 18 years later not to show me, but to say, hi, I'm okay. My wife thinks I'm an idiot, but I'm still doing good, and thanks for the Waldo.
I thought he came back for a touch-up. I'm like, good, dude, that's a one and done.
So, Damon, are people able to come and get tattoos there? I mean, what percentage of tattoo artists that are there are actually doing work while they're there, like actual tattooing work?
Pretty close to 100%. I mean, everybody that's got a booth is ready to work. It's essentially, aside from all of the pandemonium and music and dancing and all the other stuff, it is a functioning tattoo shop at the heart of it that just happens to have artists from all over the world. So you can collect pieces from someone who has a crazy style, who's in town from France or Texas or wherever they're from, where, it might be hard to travel just to go see them.
Sure.
I'm looking at the schedule. Taryn, if we're going, we got to go on Saturday because that's the day that they're doing the worst tattoo competition at 5 p.m.
Which one of yours are you submitting, Steve?
Oh, wait, this stupid thing, because this is how my brain works. Of course, this probably would have made more sense to wait till after the interview to run it by it. But, you hear about these events happen where they do flash tattoos where you can get these quick little tattoos. Do you think we could have a Daly Migs booth where people can get Daly Migs tattoos?
Let's make that happen. Let's do it.
For a couple hours.
To do that.
If we, I don't know, no one wants to have us do the tattoos. We'd have to have somebody that has talent. But that would be amazing if people showed up and got Daly Migs tattoos.
I will go out of my way to draw custom personal Daly Migs flash for you, man.
Oh, my gosh.
I will get it done.
Absolutely.
I feel like then I have to get that tattoo as well.
I'm absolutely getting it.
Yeah.
How funny is that? I've been that's my bucket list is one day to get a nice tattoo from Damon, because Damon, I'm not blowing smoke up your butt. You're truly one of my favorite artists, and I think what you do is just incredible. And I think
love everything you do, and you're on my bucket list too, brother.
Oh, how funny it would be if it's a ridiculous Daly Migs tattoo is the one that I get the Damon tattoo, and it's that.
You finally get your moment?
Yeah.
And then you can do one on me.
Yes!
Oh, it's going to be...
This is going to be the greatest Seattle Tattoo Expo ever.
If we're doing that, we have to...
Right.
I have to do mine on you before 5 p.m. on Saturday. That way you could win the worst tattoo contest.
Man, 2 for 1, baby.
Let's go. Dude, if you're up for this, we are 100% down to show up. And I don't know how long something like that you'd want to do it for, but we'd come hang out at a table, and if people wanted to show up and get Daly Migs tattoos... Oh. Dude, we'll hype the living F out of that.
Oh, I'm absolutely 1,000% into it.
Oh.
This is the best day of my life. Until I get my Daly Migs tattoo, and then that'll be the new best day of my life.
And I think it's even cooler.
That's right.
It wouldn't be our logo. It'd be a Damon Conklin design. That's freaking badass.
That's right. Yeah. I'll have a lot of time on my hands for the next month. I'll be touring around Europe and doodling and seeing some rock shows. And so I'll have a good chance to really get some inspiration.
Have fun in Europe. That sounds awesome.
Amazing.
Oh, you want to hear a good one?
Yes.
I'm going to see Manowar play at an ancient convent in Estonia on the Baltic on Friday the 13th.
What?
Bro.
That's going to be legendary.
I mean, does it get more metal than that? I don't know how. I don't know.
If you get struck by lightning, maybe? I don't know.
Right. And Thor comes down and drinks with me that day.
Well, you got to give us a full recap of that as well.
100%.
Awesome, Damon. Always great hearing from you. And if people want more information, again, SeattleTattooExpo.com. Get your tickets today.
That's right. Hell yeah.
The Daly Migs Show.
Well, the Seattle Kraken, we finally have a new head coach. Migs, some people are fired up about this hire, but there are a lot of people that are not so fired up.
Yeah, that's very true.
So we're going to go straight to the comments at 8:20.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Everyone knows social media is a time suck, and what you're about to hear proves it. If it's online, someone, somewhere, has an opinion and is whining about it. So let's get straight to the comments.
The waiting is over, Steve Migs. The Seattle Kraken have appointed a new head coach.
And smart on them to do it while in the middle of the Stanley Cup. Well, the finals are about to start, so more attention's on that than a questionable coaching decision.
Oh, definitely. This is King 5 breaking the news to us.
And now to breaking news. The Kraken have selected their new head coach. Lane Lambert will be replacing the former head coach, Dan Balsma. And Paul is here with all the news. Breaker.
Well,
what's up?
You know, I got to tell you, Lane Lambert's one of those guys who kind of vaulted to the top of their list because a lot of the head coaching candidates for the Kraken were taking other jobs, and it's a whole other story there. But Lane Lambert...
I think like they went to the top of the list because nobody else wanted the job, Paul.
That was it.
That was the nicest way for him to say that.
Spent the last year as the associate head coach in Toronto. We all know the Maple Leafs had a strong season this year. I think it's a quality choice. They wanted a guy with experience, and they definitely got that in Lane Lambert.
I hope he's right. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he doesn't have a lot to work with as the actual head coach. He's only been a head coach for a season or so, so we'll see.
I mean, Paul Sylvie sounds enthusiastic, but there's a lot of people that aren't.
No.
So let's go straight to the comments.
Found a bunch of these comments and a lot of Kraken fans very puzzled by this decision. I'd like to say some are excited, but didn't really see a ton of people very excited. But some people are like, okay, well, I guess we'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
So we figured who better to read it since people are angry than the angriest man that's no longer with us, but once was the angriest man alive, and that's Gilbert Gottfried.
Of course.
So we have angry robot Gilbert Gottfried reading the comments from Kraken fans. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Here we go.
You know the old saying, beggars can't be choosers. Seattle Kraken are a team, so of course they're going to get a coach.
I don't think we're a poop team. I think there's been some interesting decisions when it's come to coaching.
Sure.
But I mean, I think there's a strong future for this team. It's just, man, we got to find that right guy to run it, or maybe the right general manager and the right management to make sure we have the right coach.
There are layers here.
Quite a few.
At this point, why don't we just hire Dan Wilson as the new coach? Have him coach both the Mariners and the Kraken. Can't be much worse for f***'s sake.
Well, I mean, if you watched yesterday's game, that might be a questionable decision. Actually, Dan Wilson does have connections to hockey. He plays hockey. Or I don't know if he still does, but there was a time where he was like sometimes showing up to like those T-Bird celebrity games.
Okay, that's fun.
Yeah, and his kids play hockey as well. So, I mean, he knows the sport.
Give him a shot.
I mean, it can't get much worse.
Lane Lambert sounds less like a head coach and more like a dude who sells boat insurance on Lake Washington.
Well, maybe he does both.
I mean, yeah, you might need the extra cash.
He's got the cool hair, though. I got to give him that.
He does.
Slick black.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, 60 years old. Looks younger for that. Looks young for his age.
For sure.
I think he's just fermenting it, but that's okay.
Oh, calling him out.
What?
As a bald man? Come on.
Ouch.
Lane Lambert, isn't he the guy the Islanders ghosted after one season?
Yes.
That's not good.
I think they went to the playoffs with him when he coached. But then the next season, I guess they started off so red rotten that they're just like, yeah, we got to pull the plug. This is not working.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited about the season.
You sound like it.
Leafs fan here. He was awesome this year for us. Great defensive mind. Super passionate. Sucks losing him.
Okay, well, there's one person who seems to be excited for the Kraken.
Oh, boy.
So, who's going to coach the team after they fire him after another disappointing season?
I know that person's cracking jokes, but man, 3 coaches in 3 seasons.
That's not a good look.
No. I mean, you got to give a coach some time to be able to develop these players into like whatever they're trying to, put forth as the overall identity of a team.
We need stability.
Got one more comment from Robot Gilbert Gottfried about the Seattle Kraken hiring a new coach. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Does the hire come with Austin Matthews and Mitchell Marner? If so, I'm cool with this.
Yeah, I would be too. Mitch Marner, though, is a potential. I don't know if he's going to come here, but I mean, that if that's part of the reason why they thought this would be the right guy to have, maybe it's a good relationship with those guys, just like Gilbert, I'm cool with it then.
Let's go Kraken.
Yeah.
The Daily Migs Show. Daily Migs Show.
A woman claims her ex gave her a 7-year infection, and it's all because of his flatulence. Was she dating you, Steve? We're going to tell you what's trending after Green Day. We know that you are waking up and moving through the morning and you're excited for the weekend and you're trying to figure out what in the world is happening out there in pop culture. So we're going to help out by telling you what's trending.
Stranded on the Daily Migs Show. Stranded, let's go. Let's go.
There is a woman who claims her ex gave her a 7-year sinus infection because he farted near her face.
Oh.
Steve, you want to fess up to the crime? You're going to hear from her in just a minute. But first, let's go to Ozzy Osbourne. He is totally committed, he's saying.
Speaking of farting in people's faces, I'm sure he has.
I bet he has.
Yes.
He is totally committed to this final performance on July 5th. He's going to give 120%, he says. He's been working to rebuild his stamina with this trainer that he's been doing stuff with, and they are monitoring all sorts of things with his health. They're tracking his heart rate, making sure his blood pressure is looking good. So he's physically able to do it, it sounds like.
Do you think it's a little bit got into it, like an ego got into it a little bit, like where you start reading all these articles about everyone's like, oh, this could be his curtain call, like not just in music, but also just in life.
Yeah.
And he's like, you know what, I need to prove to people that I could still do this, maybe at the level that he did, 15, 20 years ago. But he's like, this isn't going to just be some old, crippled old man up on stage, barely able to stand. Like, I wonder if that kind of like lit a fire under his ass.
I mean, I think it's fantastic that he's working with, a trainer in general, whether he was doing this or not, because it sounds like his body probably really needed it. So.
Oh, yeah. So maybe it's a silver lining in a sense.
Yeah, for sure.
So there's a lady on TikTok that's going viral because she claims, and I question this, but let's listen to her. She claims that her ex-boyfriend one time passed gas right next to her face and gave her a sinus infection that has lasted 7 years. Her name is Christine. I think this is insane, but here she is telling her side of the story.
We dated like 7 years ago. I've had a persistent sinus infection ever since he and I stayed in a hotel one night after I had surgery, and he farted terribly. I got my sinus infection cultured today, and it is E. coli. You usually don't get E. coli in your sinuses because E. coli is from poop.
Okay. How close were you to his face?
Oh, my
or to
God.
his butt?
I don't know. How does that get in your sinuses unless you have a boyfriend who farts disgustingly and you are forced to inhale it because you are immobile after ankle surgery?
I mean, how did you let it last for 7 years? Like, have you gone to an ear, nose, and throat doctor and let them put the little camera down your nose and figured this out? I think it'd be way more likely that she could have pink eye for 7 years than a sinus infection.
So, of course, neither one of us, shockingly, we're not doctors. We were unable to get a hold of a doctor this quickly to be able to find out if this is even something that we could do. So I went to the next best thing, and that is ChatGPT.
Oh, no.
I figured let artificial intelligence let us know, and I asked the very simple question, and it just said, is it possible to get a sinus infection if someone farts in your face? Now, these robots must think I'm so strange because some of the questions I ask are so ridiculous.
Some of them aren't even safe for the air.
You're absolutely right. So the robots say it's highly unlikely. Basically, no. You're not going to get a sinus infection just from someone farting in your face. And then it explains why, because it's just something that, farts are full of bacteria from the digestive tract, but that doesn't mean it's going to infect you with your sinuses. And then it also just said, too long, don't read. You're safe. Grossed out, yes. Sinus infection, no. Even if you get a face full of fart, it's more likely you'll suffer from temporary disgust or eye-watering regret than an actual infection.
Temporary disgust.
So at least we got to the bottom of that.
Yes, thank you, robots.
Poor choice of words.
Eddie Murphy has revealed that his son, Eric, recently married Martin Lawrence's daughter, Jasmine. They had been dating for over 3 years. They had a beautiful private ceremony, and he shared this news on the Jennifer Hudson Show.
Are you going to sing at your son's? Wait, it's your daughter's wedding, right?
My son and they got married like 2 weeks ago. They went off. Everybody was making the big wedding plans, and then they decided they wanted to do something quiet with just the two of them, and then they got married, and now Martin don't got to.
Y'all are Now, you and Martin are in-laws.
Yeah, we're in-laws. He don't have to pay for the big wedding now.
Uh-oh. Did you sing for the wedding, Eddie?
No, I didn't. He didn't have a wedding.
Oh, no?
No, they went off and they got married at the
So you
church.
didn't
They had
go?
a little. They didn't. They just had the two of them and the preacher. They had a little quiet. Look at it, a little quiet little thing.
I feel like this is the making of a movie with Eddie Murphy and Martin
Like
Lawrence.
a buddy movie.
Like somehow you got to take this premise and obviously make it more ridiculous, but I feel like that is like the writing is on the wall.
I mean, it's the joining of two iconic families. You know, this is
Strange.
great news.
Oh, man, in the world of music, so you might know him from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. You played with him for a minute. His name is Josh Klinghoffer. Pearl Jam fans know him as well because he's basically like the Swiss Army knife of Pearl Jam right now. He plays multiple instruments, does backing vocals. He's just kind of a jack of all trades, but he had an awful situation that happened where he was being dumb and distracted behind the wheel, and he hit somebody and killed them. So he's been, facing charges, some serious charges. Now he's been sentenced 1 year probation, 60 days of community labor after he pled no contest to this misdemeanor vehicular manslaughter that happened back in 2024. The next hearing is going to be set for July 1st because the family is going to continue to pursue a civil case.
I mean, if you're the family,
I don't blame them.
I would be doing the same thing.
And I saw like the footage, and like he's like just head right into the,
awful.
Just staring at his phone. I know he didn't mean to do this. And that's something that a lot of us have been stupid about when you get distracted while driving. But this is why this is an awful story.
It's the worst thing that could possibly come out of being a distracted driver.
The Daily Migs Show.
We need someone to call up that would like to beat Steve, whose record is 178 wins, 58 losses, and 41 ties in 2025. 206-803-ROCK. Beat Migs at 850.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations. This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Mother's Day. Father's Day. One day a year to say thank you. But parenting and caregiving, that's every day. Online therapy gives you a space to be heard, to process, to recharge. No commute, no guilt, just support that fits your life. You show up for them. Now show up for you. Visit BetterHelp.com for 10% off your first month of online therapy. BetterHelp. Therapy for the people who care for everyone else.
The Daily Migs Show presents the most popular radio game on this side of the speaker. Let's play Beat Migs. Beat Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa! Beat Migs, you're a loser.
Who is ready to beat Migs? I know I sure am because we made it. It's Friday.
Friday, mother effing Friday. Everybody's ready for the weekend.
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend.
Even the kids. Especially the kids.
Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Partying, fun. Looking forward to the weekend.
Let us get to our contestant, who is John from South Seattle. John, are you there?
I'm here.
All right, John is in the house. Steve, you got to get out of here.
Bye-bye.
Good luck, dude.
Oh, he wished you good luck.
Oh, good luck
that
to
was
you,
so
too.
kind. For those
Thanks,
playing
dude.
at home, John has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. He can pass all he wants, but will only get 3 guesses per question. John, are you ready?
Let's rock.
Which country is directly north of the United States?
Canada.
Correct. In technology, what does PC stand for?
Personal computer.
Correct. How many holes are there on a standard Ritz cracker?
Pass.
Bayside is the high school in what TV show?
Saved by the Bell.
Correct. The Seattle Seahawks joined the NFL in 1976 with what other expansion team?
Oh, dude. The Jets?
No.
No. Pass. I'll come back.
In what decade was Pluto discovered?
40, 30,
No.
20.
30s, yes. Who released the song Getting Jiggy with It?
Man, that's Jay-Z.
No.
Oh, P. Diddy?
No.
Getting jiggy with it. Is it Will Smith?
It is. What pizza chain delivered a pizza to the top of Mount Kilimanjaro?
Domino's?
No.
Little Caesars?
No.
Papa John's?
No. What Midwestern state did Gerald Ford represent before becoming Richard Nixon's VP?
I would say Michigan.
Yes. We'll count it, and you got 6 correct there, John.
Oh, sick, dude.
Sick. Very
God.
impressive. Yeah, here he comes. What are you drinking
Good
there,
luck,
Steve?
dude.
Is it smart juice?
It's definitely not smart juice. It's just coffee.
Okay, well, maybe that will help you.
I don't know. I drink it every day, and it clearly hasn't.
Do you feel ready right now?
All right.
Which country is directly north of the United States?
Canada.
Correct. In technology, what does PC stand for?
Personal computer.
It does. How many holes are there in a standard Ritz cracker?
Shoot. I don't know. 4?
No.
5?
No.
6?
No. Bayside is the high school in what TV show?
Saved by the Bell.
Correct. The Seattle Seahawks joined the NFL in 1976 with what other expansion team?
Oh, crap. Oh, man. It's not the Kansas City Chiefs,
No.
is it? I know it, but Denver Broncos.
No.
It's not them. I'm trying to picture it. Pass. I'll come back to it.
In what decade was Pluto discovered?
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yes. In what decade was Pluto discovered?
The 60s.
No.
70s.
No.
50s.
No. Who released the song Getting Jiggy with It?
Will Smith.
Yes.
Fresh
What
Prince.
pizza chain delivered a pizza to the top of Mount Kilimanjaro?
I feel like that's Papa John's.
No.
Domino's.
No.
Pizza Hut.
Yes. What Midwestern state did Gerald Ford represent before being promoted to Richard Nixon's VP?
Pass.
In what decade did Dennis the Menace cartoon strip debut?
40s.
No.
30s.
No.
20s.
No.
Damn it. 60s?
Steve, it was actually the 50s.
Ah.
You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 correct. And for the second time today, that is a tie. 6-6. Nice work, John.
Dude, couldn't tie with a better dude. Right on, dude.
Much love to you, John. Have a great weekend.
So let's see here. The number of holes on a standard Ritz cracker.
4?
It's 7.
7.
I know. I was kind of shocked it's an odd number.
I never even thought about the holes in a Ritz cracker until right now.
We'll keep that in your pocket and pull it out on another day, Steve.
Oh, yeah, I'll pull that out.
In what decade was Pluto discovered? Our friend John figured out it was the 1930s.
30s, okay.
And the Dennis the Menace cartoon cartoon strip, as we learned, it was the 1950s. That was a
50s.
classic.
It was. Do you remember the TV show?
Oh, yeah.
I loved it. I never saw it when it was live. It was like syndication, like
Sure.
on one of those channels. But then the movie I enjoyed as well.
Well, if anybody would be interested in rocking an I Beat Migs shirt, it's not guaranteed, but it could make you smarter. You can go get one in the Rock Shop. They are exclusively there at KISW.com.
The Daily Migs Show.
Everybody has a show they're geeking out about that you want to let everybody else know about. So what is yours? Call now, 206-803-ROCK. What have you been watching this past week? We're going to tell you what we are watching after the White Stripes. Nielsen has unveiled these new multi-platform ratings, Steve, which puts linear TV and streaming services all together.
I think that's smart because I think people watch TV way differently than they did 5 years ago.
Any guesses on what the most watched show of the 2024-2025 season was?
Wheel of Fortune.
It was not.
Okay.
It was Squid Game.
Never seen an episode.
So I have not seen the new season, but we did watch the first season, and it is a lot, and it's not for everyone, I can tell you that.
I'm positive it's not for my wife.
Then it was followed up by Adolescence, and then the CBS series Tracker.
What about Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives?
I don't see that on here.
Or Carnival Eats?
No.
Or Kids Baking Challenge?
But we're curious to know, you and I are always looking for new shows, so we're wondering, what are the Rockaholics watching? And also, I want to know what you're watching, Steve.
Okay, so you're going to make fun of me because what I'm watching right now is shockingly it's wrestling based. But
oh, boy.
So there's a docuseries that they do called Dark Side of the Ring. And even asked D. Ted Smith about it. Like, you don't have to be a wrestling fan to find it fascinating because it's just about like the dark side of the ring. And some of it's very depressing. But the most recent episode, dude, is unreal. It's about this guy who went by the character name of Muhammad Hassan. Back in the 2000s, they took this dude and made him into an Arab American character. And mind you, this is like a few years after 9/11.
Oh, yeah.
And the story is just about how, like, you know, it was a different time, but like the character was kind of a brilliant character because he wasn't like leaning into like stereotypes. He was more being about, hey, I'm an American too, and nobody's treating me well because of what happened in 9/11.
Oh, wow.
But that triggered a lot of people who are just kind of like, you know, screw you, America. But then they did start leaning into him being like a terrorist type character. And it got so bad that the TV network is like, look, if you keep doing that character, we're taking WWE off the TV.
Yikes.
And here's a little bit of the trailer because I think you'll just find it. And also, he's not an Arab American guy. He was an Italian dude playing an Arab American guy. It's wrestling was a little crazier back in those days.
In the early 2000s, Mark Trapani was a young wrestler with a dream.
When I got the phone call that I was going to be with the WWE, I knew it was going to be special. But when they pitched me the idea, I was very nervous.
I said, but he's Italian from Syracuse. Well, for us, he's going to be a Middle Easterner.
We are 3 years removed from 9/11, and it's still a fresh wound.
There was so much discrimination going on, so it was just instant heat.
We're labeled.
So the crazy part about all of it is they're like, hey, look, you have to be that character outside of the show too. So like you can't go back to being Mark. You have to stay Muhammad. So then he started actually experiencing racism because he was paired up with a guy that was of Middle Eastern descent. So he was experiencing racism from randos because he was wearing outfits and looking a certain way. So so he went from him playing a character to being like, yo, this is messed up. Like people are being really awful to me just because of because of what happened in 9/11. That's
wild.
It's a great watch. You don't have to like wrestling to enjoy this.
Yeah, no kidding.
What about you?
I'm watching The Handmaid's Tale. I always have a show that I watch without Brad, and this is the one, The Handmaid's Tale.
For years, we've been afraid of them. Now it's time for them to be afraid of us.
Dude, I've watched the trailer. And I don't know anything about this show, but I'm like, I did not realize that this show is as gnarly as it is.
It's gnarly. It's intense. It's about women being, kind of forced into giving birth. And it's a lot. It's very heavy. I've cried in many episodes. But right now, the new season is the final season.
It looks epic.
Yeah. So if anybody's never watched it, I mean, it can be a little bit heavy, but it's just a fantastic watch. Very, very exciting. Let's chat with our friend Matt from Federal Way, though. Matt, what are you watching?
So I'm watching this show called Timeless. It's on Prime. It's really good, edge of your seat kind of stuff.
Oh yeah. So
and that's a sci-fi. That's a sci-fi show, I think, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Time travel.
And what time do they travel to?
Many different times. They went to the moon launch. They saw Bonnie and Clyde. They saw. There's just so many different episodes. It's crazy.
It sounds like the plot to Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, but I'm sure it's not.
I mean, I do like movies where they do, like timepieces and they get, old cars and old scenery and stuff like that. I'm always fascinated by that.
Did you ever watch Quantum Leap? I know they did a reboot, and the reboot I don't think was as great, but the original when I was younger, I thought it was going to be the dumbest show, and then I watched an episode. I'm like, oh, this is actually pretty cool. He's like a time traveling guy.
Well, let's time travel.
The Daily Migs Show.
Do you consider yourself to be a massive music fan? So massive that you could name a song after only hearing 1 second of the chorus? If you prove that to us, we're going to hook you up with some Santa tickets. 206-803-ROCK. We're going to play Hook or Shook at 9:20.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Mother's Day, Father's Day. One day a year to say thank you. But parenting and caregiving, that's every day. Online therapy gives you a space to be heard, to process, to recharge. No commute, no guilt, just support that fits your life. You show up for them. Now show up for you. Visit BetterHelp.com for 10% off your first month of online therapy. BetterHelp. Therapy for the people who care for everyone else.
It's time for Hook or Shook, the game with absolutely no integrity. We'll play 1 second of a hook from a song, then you have to guess what it is. We'll bend the rules, pull out all the stops, and do anything to help you win. But you might just get shook, as one of us will play too and possibly cost you the game.
This week, we have been playing for tickets to see Santa.
Santa. That's not a band, that's a festival.
It is. It's Primus, Pussifer, and A Perfect Circle all together at White River Amphitheater 1 week from tomorrow.
They should have just called it Maynard and Friends.
It really is. It's a continuation of his 60th birthday celebration.
He's
It started
not
last
60.
year. Yes, he is, Steve.
He could be the coach of the Kraken at that age.
He absolutely could. And we have someone playing. His name is Brad from Whidbey Island. And Brad has been trying to get through to play this game all week. And it finally happened to cap off the week on a Friday. Good morning, Brad.
Good morning, Taryn. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Guess what? Here's the deal. Steve cannot be playing because we don't have Danny. So it's going to be you and me.
Sounds good.
I feel
Love
like
it.
there's no one better to play with you since I'm going next week than me. So let's win these tickets.
Do this. Are you ready? Are you ready for the first song? This is the one that you have to guess.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, here we go.
Ooh, play it again.
Sure thing.
I can help you.
Help me, because I can't really hear it with my phone.
Okay, it's a Seattle band whose former lead singer was Lane Staley.
Good
Okay, Alice in Chains.
Yes, and the song is What a Tree is Made Out of. Like the bark and the trunk, that's all.
Oh, wood.
Yeah.
Excellent, thank you.
And I believe this was the song, one of the songs. Was it? No, I was thinking like, because Maynard, he sang a couple songs with Alice in Chains when they reunited. But it was Them Bones and Man in the Box.
So cool.
Still a great song.
All right, Brad, we're only 50%.
Hold on, I'm listening to Alice in Chains right now. Okay, sorry.
We're only 50% of the way there. Now it's my turn. Steve
You
Migs,
got this.
hit me with the clip.
All right, you ready?
Yeah. Oh, is it 2 words? Is one of them kind of like a flame, Steve?
Oh,
is
yeah.
it Fire Woman by The Cult?
Congratulations, Brad. You won the tickets.
Can I give a couple shout-outs real quick?
Hell yeah.
Okay, first one is for Dizzle. We did it, buddy. We're going to go. Hell yeah.
So Santa Dizzle.
The second one is to Melby. He is a grandfather for the second time. Baby girl. She's gorgeous. Congratulations, Melby.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah.
From the Spice Girls, Mel B? No, I'm kidding. Sorry, that's a terrible joke.
Brad, I'll see you next week at the show. It's going to be a blast, my friend.
I can't wait. Thank you, Taryn.
You are so welcome.
Taryn, can I share you one of the most embarrassing stories I've never told you? I know for sure.
Oh, let's hear it.
And it's all because of this song. I love this song. I love The Cult. Firewoman's one of my all-time favorites. First time I saw this video, I was obsessed with it. Headbangers Ball. I'm a teenager, and I listened to this song, watched the video all the time. I don't know if you ever did this when you were a kid, but I would like try and pretend to be in the band, like air guitar, or air drum, or air sing in the comfort of my own room.
Mm-hmm.
If you've ever seen the music video, it's a live performance, and Ian Astbury from The Cult, he, at the end of the video, he's writhing around on the floor. He's like air humping the floor. So I'm pretending to do that in my bedroom. I have a microphone, and I'm on the ground, and I'm straight up gyrating my hips into the floor. My mom walks in.
No.
What are you doing? And I had to try to explain it to her, but like the video was not like, I didn't have a recording of it. So she thinks I'm just making up this story like I'm pretending to be. One of the many times I've embarrassed myself in front of my parents.
That your mom needed the eye bleach.
Yes.
The Daily Migs Show.
If we've talked about something this morning that you would like to talk about, go ahead. Call us now. 206-803-ROCK. We will check in with the Rockaholics after Weezer. Throughout this fine morning, we have received some great texts, some great calls, but we haven't had a chance to chat with everyone yet, Steve. But now we are checking in with the Rockaholics. So call up if you'd like to chime in on something from the show today, or if you have something on your mind that you need to discuss with us. 206-803-ROCK is the number.
And we got a really good text. I'm very curious to see what you think about it. And it's a touchy subject, but somebody wanted to talk about the Kraken head coach, right?
Okay.
So we just got this guy, Lane Lambert, that was hired as the new coach of the Kraken. And someone texted in saying, Migs, thoughts on the rumor that the reason why the other coaches didn't want the Kraken job is because they would be forced to have assistant coach Jessica Campbell. So I've heard people talking about this, but I didn't really put much stock into it. But here's King 5's Paul Sylvie talking about this whole situation.
There was another thought, Joyce, that Rick Tocchet was a guy who the job was offered to, and the Kraken won't say that, but there was a lot of rumors out there and reports that the Kraken had offered their job to Rick Tocchet. But one of the hang-ups for some of these coaches that were being interviewed by the Kraken was they have Jessica Campbell there as an assistant head coach. Most head coaches will come to town and they want to pick their own assistants. Right. They don't want anything in place when they get there. So that was another thought, that one of the hang-ups was the Kraken are committed to Jessica Campbell, and some of the coaches that were being interviewed, that's not what they want to do. They want to come in and set their own group, set their own staff. Right. So
it's a touchy thing because look, I don't have an issue at all with a female being a coach. This has nothing to do with that. Like I think a female is just as capable as a male. If you know the sport, if you know what you're talking about, if you have the right plan in place, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
But I think it's completely ridiculous if they're telling coaches, like, look, we have an assistant coach and we're keeping her, and you just have to deal with that. I don't blame Rick Tocchet, who would have been a great pick for the Kraken, to be like, look, man, I don't know her. I don't know what's going on with that. Mitch Love, apparently he also had an issue with it, allegedly. But, I mean, it's not just Paul Sylvie talking about this. It's like a lot of hockey publications are bringing it up as well. It makes me wonder if there was a rift between her and Dan Bilesma, and that's why Dan was gone. Like, this whole thing seems really crazy to me, and I think we need to forget about the gender. Yeah. And just talk about who's the most qualified in this situation. And this is just ridiculous to me that you're keeping an assistant coach and the head coach has to work around that. Make her the coach of the Coachella team. If you feel like there's something special with her, let her be the head coach there and grow. And then one day, if either she becomes the head coach or maybe another coach says, like, yeah, I want her as part of my team.
Totally. I mean, without question, she's qualified for the position. But I can totally understand if you're going to come into a new space, you want to have your team around you. Like, you already know how you vibe together. You already know how you work together. That's a whole nother hurdle to have to go over, being the new coach of a team that really had a big struggle this past season.
Oh, man, there's so much stuff I wonder just going on behind the scenes, like especially now, because I thought it was so abrupt that they got rid of Dan Bilesma. And I just wonder if there's like something where it's like, the two of them were at it. I'm creating scenarios. I know that's not fair, but like you start thinking these things when all of a sudden like a weird coaching change happens. And then all of a sudden there's these rumors of like, look, you could coach our team, but you have to keep our assistant coach. That just seems so weird to me.
Yeah, I don't think that. I can't imagine that happens very often.
And if I'm her, I'd be like, "This is weird, guys. I don't want to make it like I'm being forced onto somebody else."
Sure, that totally checks out. 206-803-ROCK. We are checking in with the Rockaholics. And Solomon, you want to check in on a couple of different things. What's on your mind this morning?
Good morning, guys. How's it going?
Good.
So you guys were talking about the other day about our favorite swear word and if our kids say anything like that. So my favorite swear word is a two-part word, and it's a rooster sucker, if you know what I mean.
Oh. Okay. Wait, so that was your favorite word as a kid?
No. My favorite swear word is rooster.
Oh, okay. Yes. Okay, I get it. Okay.
Yeah. But my daughter, God bless her, I don't think she's ever heard a swear word ever. So she's never said anything. But as a kid, when I was about 6 years, I was in second grade, so I was 6 years old. My mother remarried this black guy who was extremely abusive and physically and mentally, right? But my siblings
sure
thought
why
it'd
the
be
race
really
matters
funny,
in that situation.
Be really funny if they told me to go call him the N-word. Yeah, and then maybe if you...
We're not doing that.
I mean, I know it's not, you didn't say any curses, but we're going down a weird road, man.
Did I tell you, though, speaking of words that your kids say, about the word that my son read on my coffee mug?
Which was?
I have a coffee mug that says WSU, the B word.
Okay.
And so Barrett's reading everything now, right? I've had this mug for a long time. So I'm sipping my coffee out of that mug, and I can see him looking at it, and he goes, Mom, what does your cup say? And I was like, oh, it's like go Cougs and stuff, because I'm a Coug. And he goes,
you think there's another word, Mom?
No. What does it say? And I go, what do you think it says?
I love that he's testing you. Like, he knows.
He knows.
And he wants to see if mom's going to lie to him, and you can't.
No. And so I said, you're not going to get in any trouble. What do you think it says? Oh, he knew.
And did he say it?
He said it. And it made me laugh so hard. And then I was like, okay, buddy, I'm laughing, but it's really not funny. That's a word for grown-ups to say. It's just a silly mug. Don't say that word again.
We actually have audio of Barrett saying it.
Biatch.
Oh.
So do you still use the mug, or did you have to get rid of it?
Well, I mean, I use it in the morning, and then it goes into the dishwasher before I, leave for work, so he doesn't really see it anymore. But I have another one.
I'll pay good money if, one day you come home and he's just drinking, orange juice out of that mug. That'd be so fantastic.
Well, I have another mug that says it has chickens on it, and it says, "I'm just a girl who loves P words." So I try not to use that one around him anymore either.
You might want to do a whole inventory of all the offensive, it's not really, but all the things you don't want your kids saying out loud. Maybe put those in storage until he's old enough to where you think you could let him say those out loud.
Because he knows now there is nothing secret anymore.
Yeah.
The Daily Migs Show.
The first ever Miles Montgomery Golf Classic was originally sold out, presented by Pinky's Plumbing. But now a couple foursomes have opened up, and if you want one, you better jump on it right now and head over to KISW.com to take care of that. We're also going to be broadcasting live from the Bill Wright Golf Complex, and we'd love to see you there, Rockaholics. The Adirondack Mountains in New York, a very popular place to go hiking.
Very familiar. I've actually spent many times walking around the Adirondacks.
Well, a very bizarre incident took place this last weekend with a group of hikers where they reported that their friend had died. And it's because they were all tripping on mushrooms.
Very weird, because I've also walked around on mushrooms in the Adirondacks. That was the go-to.
So they got a 911 call. Yeah, they called 911. Two hikers were reporting that their friend had died. However, when the hikers met up with the mountain's summit steward, it became very clear that they had ingested magic mushrooms, and then they were not right in the head, and they really thought that their friend was dead. Turns out...
You know what the sad thing is? If anyone's ever enjoyed a magic mushroom or two in their life, I think we could all relate and understand where they're coming from.
Yeah, a little bit of a panic, a little bit of a bad trip.
Sometimes reality is a little skewed.
So then they ended up having the presumed dead hiker called the authorities to basically report on the fact that he was in fact very much alive.
Now, was he napping where they thought he was dead because he was laying down, or was he just disappeared and they just assumed he died?
Did they take his pulse? Who knows, Steve? I mean, I've had some unique experiences in that world, but none where I thought somebody was no longer with us.
I've had experiences actually in New York, Plattsburgh, New York, where I was pretty convinced that all of my friends, our whole fraternity, decided to take mushrooms the same night. There's 30 of us, right?
That sounds like a nightmare.
And I'd say about 20 to 25 of us were doing it for the first time, and it was chaos. It was one of those stories that we still to this day will all laugh about, because everybody was collectively losing their minds in different ways. One of our brothers, his name was Rubble, because long story, but basically his older brother's the nickname was Flintstone, so we made him Rubble.
That's cute.
But he was so messed up that he was on the roof of our fraternity house, and everyone's like, he's going to jump.
No.
I'm at the time, this is my first time ever doing it as well, I'm hiding in my buddy's closet, convinced that everyone's trying to kill me. Except for three guys, because there was a picture in the closet of the three of us in this picture. And I'm like, well, they wouldn't want to kill me. They like me enough to take a picture with me. So I felt safe in the closet.
What percentage of you had a good trip versus a bad trip that day?
It was a terrible trip.
For everyone.
I'm not kidding. I was in that closet for 3 to 4 hours. It was terrible. And the guy was in his room, and he's like, get out of my closet. I'm like, no. He's like, why won't you get out of my closet? I'm like, because everybody's trying to kill me. And he's also messed up. So he's just like, oh, that checks out. All right, stay in the closet. You're safe here.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Especially in New York.
The Daily Migs Show.
There are 4 Washington cities that made the list of best places to live in America for 2025.
Puyallup.
Stanwood. We're going to tell you what they are after Led Zeppelin.
Knowledge is power. So give us 5-ish minutes, and we'll give you, some interesting stuff you can talk about at work. This is the Daily Migs Download.
AKA the DMD.
here's your daily dose of doings happening in the world.
Ryan Castle's here. You're kind of in charge.
Yeah, I'm here to make the DMD the DMB.
Ooh.
Dumb.
Oh, okay. I was like, Daly, Migs, butthole. Oh, no, probably not that.
Ryan, are there still a couple of foursomes left?
I believe so.
In the golf tournament, which is happening a week from Monday.
I can't believe it's already here.
I know.
Yeah, we're stuffing goodie bags today. That's the plan.
Oh, that sounds fun.
And we're going to be broadcasting live from it.
I
so
heard
it's gonna
that.
be a great time.
I heard that.
So if there are any foursomes left, people can go scoop them up at KISW.com.
Indeed.
Hey, the Mariners, I don't even know what the hell happened. It was 2-2 going into extra innings. Next thing you know, I'm watching the game. I'm like, what is happening in the 10th? They end up losing 9-3. Wow.
Yikes.
Not very good. But thankfully, Brian Wu, he's on the mound tonight. So hopefully they'll lead to a win against the Minnesota Twins, a 3-game homestand that's going to be happening over at T-Mobile Park.
There are 4 Washington cities that made U.S. News and World Report's best places to live in 2025-2026. Let's see if any of us have lived in any of these places. Sammamish.
Yakima?
Sammamish, where the median income is $235,000 a year.
No, that's above my pay grade, I'm afraid.
What about Redmond? Have we ever lived in Redmond?
No, but I was there yesterday.
What about Bellevue?
I mean, my wife makes me go there sometimes so we can go to the mall.
These are all on the east side, I think.
Yes.
There's the theme
Hey, guess-
here.
Is
The
it
theme-
Kirkland?
The theme continues with Kirkland. Yes, that's
No,
the 4th
it's
one.
not.
It is. The top ranked city overall is Johns Creek, Georgia.
I have no idea where that is.
But I think
It's in
they
Georgia.
did not put Puyallup or Stanwood on this list, and so I think it's a bunch of crap.
So what is it? So is it because like people, they making it the best place to live because people have money?
Pretty much. But it's also like, good outdoor amenities, strong schools, all that kind of stuff. But really,
Which all comes from a strong tax base and these people having money.
the median home price in Sammamish, $1.18 million.
Oh, wow. My house is worth that. And it's a shack in Seattle.
Oh, and also that great outdoor amenities, and for Kirkland, high quality cocaine. I just saw this on
Oh, yeah.
They have that in Seattle, too, I heard.
Oh, do that?
Yeah.
All right, there's a 37-year-old guy. His name is Joshua. He's from Ohio. I'm not condoning being a thief, but this was a pretty clever way to try and steal some stuff. He pretended to be a DeWalt sales rep, and he was trying to steal over $4,200 worth of tools from Home Depot. Guy showed up there. He's like, hey, I got to take these back. There's a recall or something along those lines. He used bolt cutters to break into the locked area, locked up 23 items on a cart, and then try to walk out saying, hey, I work for DeWalt. I got to take these things.
Didn't a beer person do that recently? Like
No.
walk into a store and act like they were the beer guy and walk out with a bunch of stuff? That feels familiar. Otherwise, it's a great idea.
Again, not condoning it. Clever way to steal stuff, though.
For sure. I wonder if he did it before successfully. Like if this was not his first time.
Oh, then he's an idiot for going to the well too many times. Yeah, totally. Hey, as far as weather, hitting a high of 75 degrees. The DMD is brought to you by Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel, and that's what's up.
Our friend Ryan Castle is up next with your morning 12 pack.
The Daily Migs Show.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Mother's Day, Father's Day. One day a year to say thank you. But parenting and caregiving, that's every day. Online therapy gives you a space to be heard, to process, to recharge. No commute, no guilt, just support that fits your life. You show up for them. Now show up for you. Visit BetterHelp.com for 10% off your first month of online therapy. BetterHelp. Therapy for the people who care for everyone else.